Welcome back. Here we are. This is session 11 of The Horizon, a space opera style game. We're using EZD6 as our rule set, thanks to good old DM Scotty for creating a framework, which we've been able to hack into a sci fi adventure. We're going to
Thanks,
get started.
DM Scotty.
Yes, thank you, DM Scotty. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. We're going to get started right away here. If you're expecting a recap, we just don't do those. So you can watch the episode 10 if you're curious, but the way these guys play, it's not going to be hard to understand what's going on here pretty quick. We find them, Alan Richer, his crewmate, this lady, remember her, Eveline?
Mm-hmm.
And as well as that, Eveline and Alan Richer, two new passengers on the horizon. One of the passengers is Eli Baker, played by Phil the Thrill. And the other passenger is his young ward. Her name is Jeannie. So, and here's a picture of Jeannie, just to refresh your memories. So there's Jeannie. Of course, Eli Baker. You'll find out more about him. And here we are on the horizon as it's in the middle of a wormhole created between two interstellar gates. The horizon has just left the exotic system where Solaris Logistics makes gates, interstellar gates. Eli, and with Jeannie in tow, left quickly, being pursued by authorities, perhaps royals, maybe. We find the crew of the Horizon and their passengers in that few hours where the ship doesn't exist anywhere in real space, transits between the gates.
I'm standing on the bridge, watching the stars fly past and the energy of the gate tunnel shimmering. And I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. I take a sip and I go,
I'm sitting in my captain chair. I look at Eli, and I say, "So a guy, I guess, like those guys that was after you, they'll know right away where we went, right? And they'll know it's you. We won't fool them for long."
well, I figured we'd maybe switch it up when we get to this next sector. I take another sip. Good coffee.
Eveline takes her cup as well, looks over where Jeannie is sitting, playing with some tchotchkes that were left over by one of the previous inhabitants of the Horizon. Eli, it is. She sips her coffee. Do you mind telling us who those people were at that speakeasy? I went back to deliver these bottles. She gestures at 2 bottles of Eberline's finest sitting in the galley. There was a big shakedown happening. Looked real official like.
Yeah, that was old Leighton and Ronnie. They were old veterans of the security first Solaris Logistics, and they had a bad mission. Ended up retiring with pension.
Seemed that them
Yeah, I
giving
owed
you a
him a
favor. Seemed that giving you a favor cost them trouble, right?
Well, actually, I owed them a favor. That's why I came over here to help you. Take a sip of my coffee. Of course, favors have a funny way of going both ways sometimes, huh?
I guess you could say that. You want to tell us your story? You have some time ahead? I grab my tobacco in my pocket and start rolling a cigarette. You smoke?
No. Look over at Jenny and I say, And I look at Alan and I say, maybe another time.
Eveline catches the back and forth. Hey, Jeannie, why don't I show you the engines? Would you like to see the engines?
And give her a short nod.
She looks meaningfully at Eli, takes Jeannie by the hand, leading her to the back of the ship.
I say, sip my coffee again, watch them as they walk off on the bridge. I say, girls had a rough life.
Who are you to her?
Just an interested citizen. Decided I could lend a helping hand, maybe score a few points before I take the big adventure.
I squint my eyes, like frowning, and look like at Eli, staring at him, dragging on my cigarette.
I look out into space, keenly aware of him analyzing me. Say,
So what do you mean, mix something up?
What do you mean?
You say once we arrive on the other side of the tunnel,
Oh,
we're
right.
gonna mix things up.
Well, like you said, if I'm still on board this ship, they'll probably look for me on this ship and find me. So maybe we can find another cargo vessel or something and gain passage on that one to the frontier.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or you could take me.
Here's the thing, right? I'm heading toward Tuck. And after this jump, I can probably make it there in 3 other jump using the gate. If I can get my hand on some AM3, we could cut that short and jump in a way that's going to be much harder for them to follow us.
Well, this links to a Solaris Logistics gate.
Yes.
I think you're right. If you had some AM3, you could probably make the jump and they wouldn't know anything about it. It sounds like a sound plan.
I would say we might try to do one more gate jump, because we don't want to stop right after, like, if they're after us, by the time we fill up, we don't have to give them a chance to catch up to us, right?
Yeah, we probably have a little time because they shut down the gates right before we left.
I still need the other half of my payday, right? If you get captured, like, I'm not getting that.
Right. The thing about that is my funds are a little tied up right now. I look over.
How tied up?
Well, it's good news and bad news. I'm
just sipping on my coffee. I try to appear not two-faced.
Say the good news is I've got about 50 million kilo dollars in an account. The bad news is I don't know if I can get to my account without drawing a little heat.
That's a lot of dough. Just
So
sipping on my coffee, smoking my club.
be
Yeah, I
happy
need
to
to.
be happy to give you a share of it.
I have something to take care of, right? Now I need to go get a funeral for my brother.
Funeral. I'm sorry for your loss.
He's a good man.
You were close then.
Yeah, we grew up together. Not blood brother.
Stand looking out the window. Say, oh, true family. Well, I wouldn't want to hold you back, and certainly wouldn't expect me going into the hood system.
No, probably not. There's no reason for you to go there, right?
Oddly enough, I know a couple people there. It's have a tendency to know some people in the seedier side of things.
And unless things change, the hood system wasn't deserved by Solaris.
Not yet.
So, not yet, eh?
There's negotiations.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'll try to make some good use of this jump time.
Sure.
Finishing my cigarette. I put the butch in the little ashtray next to that is stuck to my console. I get up and I move toward where I do my exercise, my training.
I watch Alan leave the bridge and I sit down at one of the consoles and I type in I prepare a message to piggyback off of the packet exchange system to alert one of my contacts in the hood system. It says, hope you got room for 4.
Roll with Boone.
And so
Success.
I hide it under like the weather data from the previous system.
At the upper right corner of the console, a small timer counts down remaining time expected in gate space. It just ticks under an hour, 45 minutes.
I hit the comm and I say, we got a little under 2 hours before we hit real space.
Destination also shows in the console underneath that timer, showing Solaris Hub Prime as the destination. A major trans-shipping hub for Solaris, a system almost entirely composed of gates reaching deep into the Solaris network and wide across the galaxy. Also, a very large ship braking operation.
I'm in my training area with my half of cup of coffee. I grab a bottle of like whiskey, fill up my cup a bit, take off my shirt, take off my jacket, start doing some pull-up and chin-ups. My usual routine during I hear the message like 2 hour left. I just ignore it.
Two female voices coming from the engineering bay as Eveline and Jeannie talk. Jeannie, full of questions, a sponge soaking up all the information about the ship as Eveline betrays a deeper knowledge of the ship. She's obviously been studying. They pass by the gym with Alan. Eveline stops. Her eyes linger.
I drop
Jeannie
from
is
the
impressed.
bar, and I say, Eveline,
Hmm.
can I talk to you for a second?
Actually,
Jeannie, if you
yes.
excuse us.
I have to talk to Alan here. She crouches down so she's eye level with Jeannie. Why don't you go see your who did you call him? Your uncle Eli? Why don't you go check on Uncle Eli? She's yeah, okay, Miss Eveline. She runs away. Eveline watches her go. When she's clearly out of earshot, she steps in close to Alan.
I grab a little towel that's nearby, and I wipe some sweat over my neck and forehead. I say, so what do you think of those two?
She steps in close, well within your personal circle, whispering, there's something not right with that girl. She's lived more than a sheltered life. It's like she's blank. The whole world is brand new to her. I asked her in a roundabout way the connection between her and this Eli guy.
Yeah,
He says that or she tells me that Eli knows something about her mother. She doesn't know who her mother is. I mean, an orphan maybe, but whatever orphanage she was kept at, Alan, she just doesn't know anything. She's not stupid. I don't think that she has any brain damage. She's just been completely sheltered.
She doesn't look scared of this Eli guy, or
no. And Eveline's hand finds Alan's bicep, rests it on the bicep. She says, also, there's something different about her eyes. I can't quite make it out. Like there's maybe some biotech. I don't know. She's just a child.
I noticed the shine, eh?
Eveline's eyes kind of drop down, taking in Alan's athletic form. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on our guests.
Yeah,
get ready
keep
for
an
the
eye
re-entry.
on those two, right? To see what kind of attraction they have together. I don't want to carry around a creep, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, we don't want any extra creeps around here. She gives you a coquettish wink, spins on her heel, and walks out of the gym.
I start doing some kata. Relics my form.
Sitting at the console, and I'm looking at the destination Solaris Hub Prime, where my brow furrows as I realize this is a major hub, and begin to flex my limited hacking skills to try and manipulate our packet.
Go ahead and roll
to mask our signature. Hero dat.
The encryption on the packet is intense. Not only that, there's a priority message in the packet describing a small ship matching the description of the horizon with a persons of interest traveling with a young girl, a bounty of 5 million dollars for any information leading to the apprehension of this ship and its passengers. It's a priority message. The packet will broadcast this before any other information.
I mutter to myself, oh, they must have fixed it right before we went through the gate.
It's signed by the order of the Queen, Queen Ryuda.
I lean back in my chair thinking about my next move when Jeannie walks in.
Jeannie comes up, sits down next. Uncle Eli, the ship has big engines. It's so interesting. Evelyn's nice. I like Evelyn. She showed me about the ship and showed me the different drives. Do you know they have 2 types of fuel on this ship?
Yeah, I did.
It's so complex.
Did you get anything to eat?
Okay. She grabs her stomach, grumbles a little bit. I guess I could eat. I'm still kind of full from that sandwich that I had.
You probably want to eat now. We don't know when you're going to get another chance.
Okay, Uncle Eli.
All right.
Evelyn comes in, sees Jeannie heading towards the galley. Oh, hey, can I get you something? She asks, and then heads towards the galley to fix a small snack for the young girl. So, Eli, she says, as you're digging in the pantry, I understand you're Jeannie's uncle, she tells me.
I look at her and I say, well, in a manner of speaking, you know, I take care of her. It's a name I like.
She pauses, her back turned to Eli, then resumes what she was doing, making a small sandwich for the girl. The girl says, oh, this is the second sandwich I've had today. Oh, she said, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. How about an apple? She reaches in and grabs an apple.
Leave the room and walk back towards the back. Try to look for Alan.
I'm just done my training, and I'm on my way toward the shower. As I pass by engineering, I go in there. I go sit on the coffin there, put my hand on top. I say, Brick, I don't know what I'm getting into now. I always fucking rely on you for direction, right? Moral compass. I'm just swinging it. I don't know if I'm the right side now. Miss you, brother. Just like standing there a bit.
I calling out from just outside of the engine room. Alan, are you back here?
I get up. Yeah, I get up and I head toward the voice. What's up, Eli?
I think I might have exaggerated how difficult it would be to get that 50 million kilodollars. You know, it's probably not too hard. You know, I just got to get into, you know, a bank and maybe get some kind of cloned ident or something that's not going to flag me.
Why about robbing the bank?
This is pretty much probably a little bit easier than robbing the bank.
It doesn't sound like it the way you describe it.
Nah, I'm sure it will be. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in doing? Or 50 million?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that later. Let's get you out of Dodge first.
Right. About that. It looks like they might have sent there might be a bounty on the ship now.
Yeah, of course there is.
About 5 million, sounds like. But I doubt they'll pay that much.
Is that on the ship or is that on you?
The ship and me.
It's you, isn't it?
with the description of the ship. Yes, it's on me. You're right. But you turn me in, you don't get the 50 million. So,
But I could get 5. You know what they say about the bird in the and in this bush? I forgot how it goes.
well, like I said, your ship's on the bounty. So, I don't know if you're going to get that sympathetic ear when you turn me in. I suppose you could take that chance. Or you could take a chance on me and get 10 times that. Well, 5 times since we're splitting it, right?
Some Eberline typical hoedown music drifts through the corridors of the horizon with some hooting and hollering of female voices coming from the gallery.
That Eveline, she really likes Jeannie.
I raise an eyebrow and say, like, Eveline, that's a place you could go hide and nobody would go looking for you. I wouldn't recommend it, though.
Yeah, they got some stubborn gate operators over there. I remember hearing about them.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to turn you on, and I don't... I look over my shoulder to the coffin. And I look back at Eli. So I'm not a big fan of the authorities, right? Just like...
Especially when they're doing wrong.
Especially when they're like those Solaris kind of asshole. I guess you're a Solaris kind of asshole.
Not officially anymore.
Excuse me, I need to go shower.
Of course. This is your brother then, huh? Walk up to the coffin.
Yeah. Brick. He died doing the right thing. Die a fucking hero's death. And now, like, it's all for nothing.
Sounds pretty noble to me.
Yeah. He has a young daughter, too. About the age of Jeannie, I guess.
Well, I want to help you get him to where he needs to be, of course.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty resourceful guy.
Well, I'll appreciate the help. I guess we can scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I'm an excellent back scratcher.
Let me, what if we, listen, what if you hide in the smuggler compartment? They won't find you there, right? I showed you before we jumped. If they come on our ass as we got off the gate, I'll let them in. I'll let them look around. I'll tell them that you helped me get a code to get in the gate. That I paid for it. Pretty cheap. For using me as a distraction. I'll get through that. Not my first rodeo.
Sounds like a good enough plan. I think you're going to get detained as soon as we get through. So I sure would appreciate it if you didn't throw me to the wolves for some pocket change.
Well, the money is tempting, but I got my principle.
Yeah, just like Brick, right?
Yeah. I tried to, at least. Same with like a little bit of something in the throat. All right, excuse me. I need to go shower before we get through. I don't want to receive them all sweaty.
All right, I'll let Jeannie know what's going on.
Yeah, make sure you stay quiet in there, right? It's pretty isolated, and scanner shouldn't go through. I trust what Brick told us. He was a genius at that thing. I'm just a look. Anyway, I'll let you be. And
I head back towards the canteen.
I go
The
to shower.
the cheerful sound of a young girl laughing with complete abandon as she and Evelyn shows her one of the more complex Eberline line dances as they're going through the motions, and little Jeannie is absolutely enthralled, both laughing as Eli as they're found in the galley, this this fiddling music and a banjo and a pretty heavy bass beat underneath it fills the horizon with sound. A slight chime interrupts the music, causing Evelyn to catch her breath and head over. She turns the music off, much to the protests of Jeannie, and eyes come up to Eli. That's the half hour. We've got a half hour before we detransit from the gate. The exit. We hit the exit gate.
I am standing at the entrance to the cantina, or to the canteen. I say, well, that sounds like 15 more minutes of hard line dancing. Show me your moves there, Jeannie.
Evelyn gets the music going again and takes Jeannie by the hands, and they start dancing some variation of a square dance, line dance. It's quite complex, but Jeannie moves lithely, exceptional balance. Evelyn is also quite the dancer.
I enjoy a slow-mo, meaningful montage of dancing and me laughing.
After a good 15 minutes of dancing and laughing, Evelyn stops, she takes off her cowboy hat, and wipes her forehead. Oh, that was quite the dance. I've danced like that in a while. You're quite the little dancer, she says to Jeannie, stopping the music. Okay, we should get ready to hit that exit gate. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to head over to the bridge. Do you guys want to come and see?
Next time. Jeannie, why don't you come with me? We're going to tuck away somewhere. Did you get your sandwich? I looked
Jeannie
at Evelyn.
goes over to the half-made sandwich. She grabs the 2 pieces of bread and the small slice of canned ham between it. And yep, I have it, Uncle.
So you probably want to go pee.
Oh, she, with some embarrassment, she looks over at Evelyn, who gestures towards the head.
Just as I'm getting out of the shower, putting like some fresh slack from the little drawer there. I get out the bathroom area.
Little Jeannie's waiting there. So steam exits the head.
So sorry, it's a bit. It's gonna be a bit. You're good there. You're just like, yeah.
Jeannie
Sorry,
giggles
Jeannie.
behind her hand as she sees Alan in his towel.
I'm moving away. Go to my little bunk. Put some fresh slack. Come out to the common area. Look at Eli.
Waiting at the entrance of the hall, leaned up against the wall. And I give him a nod and I say, we're about to go down to the compartment.
All right. I'll make up something. Don't worry.
Gonna need to probably modify your ident if you don't want to get hassled for the rest of your trip. I don't think there's a way to avoid it this time.
We'll see it. Like I again, like that was like brick stuff, right? Just like I've been through worse.
Gotcha. It's not.
I turn around. I go toward the brig, just in my slack, barefoot, bare chest. I stop by the coffee machine, and I press to get a coffee. I extend my head. Evelyn, you want a coffee?
She calls back from the bridge. Yeah, I could use one. Actually, no. Just a glass of water. I'm kind of winded from the dancing.
All right. If you want to drink that.
I give a knowing smirk and I walk over to the bathroom and knock on the door and say, just a couple more minutes. We got to get down. Come on.
This is a strange bathroom, Uncle Eli. She comes out. Her hair is kind of moist from the humidity of the cramped head. She reaches up for the sandwich. Where are we going?
Well, we're going to go camp out in a cool smugglers area. You know what a smuggler is?
No. What's a smuggler?
It's a sneaky guy who brings stuff into a place
Sneaky.
that it's not supposed to.
Right. Like you did when you came and picked me up.
Exactly. So we're going to keep being sneaky, okay?
Yes, that's a fun game. And she comes up alongside Eli, takes a bite out of her sandwich.
Walk over to Brick's old room.
The room left pretty much as it was. There, under the bed, as it slides open, revealing the hidden compartment underneath. Small LED lights come on
Kind of
as the
sniff.
compartment opens.
Kind of sniff the booze, the old booze in the sheets. And I go, pretty gross.
It smells funny, Uncle Eli.
Yeah. Hopefully it smells better under here.
I hope so. Little Jeannie's holding her nose.
Help her down. I help her down by holding her hand.
The compartment is somewhat cramped, but surprisingly at first, but opens up into a larger, cleverly concealed space running down the spine of it divides. There's a small hallway underneath, and it divides into two ingeniously disguised hidden compartments. There's a few bottles here and there, some cases, a few other things, random things left in the area. And as it so happens, a few small chairs when people wanted to get away from it all. Jeannie parks herself into one.
I grab a pack of playing cards that I find. And
Jeannie looks mesmerized at the cards.
Say, why don't you try mixing these up? I'll show you a couple games.
What are they? She looks at them in wonder.
The cards.
Cards.
And while she's shuffling, I grab one of the pistols that's been stashed in here. Put it in my pocket and play cards with her.
I'm getting to the bridge with my cup of coffee and a cup of water, and then I extend my hand to Eveline, give it a cup of water.
She takes it. Thank you.
I grab my thumb and I go through her brow, and I get a bit of sweat. I say, "Oh, nice, you're not sweaty now."
Hey, it's been a while since I danced that hard. Kind of a shame, though. She looks over at Alan. I like dancing.
I sit in my captain chair.
So what's the deal? What are we into? I know you were talking to Eli in the back there while I was entertaining the kid.
Well, here's the deal. We're gonna get boarded almost as soon as we get out of the gate.
Great. We got less than 10 minutes.
We're gonna let them. Eli and Jeannie went to the smuggler compartment. They should be safe. The odds of them finding them, right? Didn't happen so far, so we should be good.
Well, just because I want to be sure about that, I better go check the galley and just make sure there's nothing that they've left inadvertently.
That's a good idea, but just let me tell you quickly.
Yeah.
If they ask question, here's the story.
Yes.
We bribed the guy to get a code to get out of there fast.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. Like, we paid good money, but overall it was pretty cheap because like they were locking down the gate and we still managed to get through. And like, we don't know about, like, maybe the guy fit the description, the guy that we bought the code from, but he's not on board. And I'm gonna throw the suggestion that he probably used us as distraction to throw off his scent.
Okay, she says.
So
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just try to leave the talking to you if that's okay.
Yeah. But just so you know where I'm coming from, right? That's good.
I got it. Yeah, in case they ask me separately.
All right. Go make a
What's
spot
our
check quick.
destination? Like, what should we tell them? We misjumped? Go with the truth, I guess.
Yeah, we missed jump. We end up there. We couldn't get out before like who knows when. So
Where are we headed? What should I tell them? Just in case they ask.
We're next jump we're gonna do is gonna redo the Bezos system. So might as well go with that, right? Keep that as a
Okay.
story. We're gonna tell them the truth of that. If you can show the scent of, right? At some point they might realize that we played them and they might come back to us, but by then hopefully we'll be able to refill on the EM3 and jump.
Right. Okay.
All right.
And
thank you, Eveline.
Just so I know, she gets up and moves to exit the bridge. Long term, what are we doing with these two? We're not going to just leave them for the wolves, are we? I mean, the kid's sweet, Alan. I don't know about this Eli guy, but the kid's innocent.
I decided not to make a decision right now. Right now, I want to take care of Brick.
Right. 5-minute chime, warning chime lights up on the bridge console. Yeah. Eveline takes that as her cue to leave. She leaves, heading to just make sure there's no incriminating objects left around in plain sight.
I kneel down in my chair and I start like rolling a cigarette, waiting for the timer to count down, drinking my coffee. I grab my gun in the next to the console next to me. I take out the magazine. I look at it's fully loaded. I put it back in. Put the gun back.
Down in the smuggler's compartment, a 5-minute chime appears up on a small LED console, providing access to the ship's computers and sensors.
Sitting on the chair next to a kind of a cheap plastic table and playing cards with her, showing her how to play Go Fish. I say, so have you remembered anything about the experiments they were doing? The tests that they were doing on you? Your doctor's visits, you call them?
Yeah. She says, do you have this one? She shows the 7 of hearts.
Pull out a 7.
She's excited. Yeah. They said it was because I was special.
Well, you are.
Thank you. I'm not sure why I'm special.
Well, it's just some people are just special, I guess. Huh?
I guess. I just slept a lot. I remember sleeping a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we had toys, though.
We don't really have a lot of toys here either, do we?
She looks down at the cards. But these are wonderful. Look at how pretty this one is. She shows the Queen of Spades. Look it.
I sigh and give her a queen.
Ah, look. I've got that one too.
You're pretty good at this.
Thanks, Uncle Eli. Can you tell me a story about my mother?
Oh. Well, I don't know everything about her.
I wish I could remember.
Her name
I just remember a face. That's all I can remember.
Her name was Heather. I know that.
Heather. She tests the word on her mouth. Heather.
She was
she pretty? Was she like Eveline? Did she look like Eveline? She had pretty with the dark hair.
Yeah. She did have dark hair. About your height, actually, if you can believe it.
Oh, she was small.
Tiny
like me?
Little thing.
Wow.
She was a botanist.
What's a botanist?
Xenobotanist.
A xenobotanist. She sounds out each syllable. That sounds really smart. Was my mom smart?
She was very smart, yes. I mean,
Why did she
Gotta
leave me?
catch myself using the past tense.
Why did she leave me where I had to sleep all that time and they had all those tests? Why didn't she come get me?
Hmm.
She says,
Well,
wide eyes, reflecting the lights in the smuggling compartment, slightly glassy.
I say, well, I can tell you she tried.
So she didn't want to leave me there. She tried to come get me like you did.
Not at first, but it wasn't meant to be what it was. She thought she was helping you.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Heather.
do you know what a botanist is?
No. What is a botanist? She sounds out each syllable again.
It means she was really good at planting things and studying plants.
Plants, like green things that grow?
Yeah.
I saw some of those in the restaurant. They had some.
Sure. Anyways, she would have wanted me to get you out of there, I think.
Because you knew her well, right? How were you related to her?
Yeah, we worked together.
Oh, okay. You worked at the company, right? The big company?
Yeah,
company
that's right.
that makes the big ring things.
You got it.
So my mom worked for them too?
Sort of, yeah. So like sort of they call it a subsidiary. Just means like
Subsidiary.
a small company that is owned by a big company.
So my mom was smart.
She was.
Heather, she says. I'm so glad that you came and got me. This is so much more interesting than just tests and sleeping and tests. And then my mind would get really foggy and I'd forget things.
Well, I'm glad I got you too. And I hear the sound of the ship coming out of warp.
Just sitting in
Packet
the
transmission, automatic as the horizon comes out of the exit gate into a busy system. The Solaris Hub Prime, a system that is devoid of most celestial bodies other than a white dwarf sun surrounded with a constellation of jump gates heading far and wide into the Solaris Logistics network. Not far from the gate, a large clumps of defunct, old, decommissioned ships are haphazardly spinning in disorganized orbits as tugs and breaker ships come around, scavenging them for parts. The packet successfully transmitted. Bing.
I'm pushing I'm navigating the ship away from the gate at safe distance to try to like act as normal as I can. Like I'm already registering like a request for a next gate jump to a Bezos system.
A schedule comes up listing off jump locations and times. The Bezos system looks like 18 hours at the earliest. A price is listed next to it.
I booked the jump, and then I just like fly away a bit out of the way of the traffic, and I start like looking through the packet.
Hailed within 30 seconds of leaving the main corridor of traffic, the large hauler vessels that are bringing semi-assembled gates to this hub for deployment across the galaxy. An interdiction vessel with the markings of Solaris Logistics and a royal crest hail the horizon. Ship ident horizon. Please acknowledge
I ignore them a bit, and I just like slowly, no rush, just like fly away, like go near a station.
The breaker tugs and industrial ships that are moving around the large decommissioned civilian and in some cases deactivated military vessels swarm around this constellation of hulls broken in various stages of disassembly. The Solaris vessel hails again, this time urgent. The ping that they send reverberates off the horizon. It's a high-powered communication laser. Risks burning out sensors.
I sighed and then I pressed the button. I said, "This is the Horizon. What is it?"
This is introduction vessel, the Princess Abe. We have a priority message that there is someone that match a vessel matching description of this one that is needed for search. Please come to and prepare to be boarded. Failure to do so can arise or may result in lethal force.
Press the button again and say, "You have a warrant for that?"
This is the introduction vessel, Princess Abe. We are the authorities here. Yes, we have the authority to board your vessel.
Give it a break. Give it a few seconds before giving an answer, letting them wait a bit.
I'm down in the smuggler compartment, and I found a little bag of like food cube chips. I open them up. I'm just like munching on them, looking around. I see a little console, and I start playing with it, see what it does.
The console lights up, giving a cloned image of the bridge console, the communication coming through.
Just snacking on my chips as I look at it.
Eveline makes her way back into the bridge. Somebody's hailing us.
Yeah, we're gonna have company.
She looks up. It's just like you said.
I press the button.
That thing.
I press the button. I say, "All right, come on in. Make sure you take off your boots as you come in."
Eveline reaches forward and reduces thrust of the horizon, puts it in just a steady, waiting for it to the boarding party to arrive. The Princess Abe, the interdiction vessel, is quite large, several thousand tons larger than the horizon. It comes close, dwarfing the horizon with its prestigious bulk. Within a few minutes, a clamp attaches.
I look at Eveline and I say, "Don't shut off the engine, right? Just like..."
Right, just in standby. I'll keep it ready.
I think we might have. I don't think we will need to
already.
I don't think we'll need to, but I think we could outrun those guys.
It's a big ship, that's true. But then again, who knows what kind of power plant they're running in that thing?
And I give an eye to the fuel gauge. I say, "I hope we won't have to because we're low on fuel." I go toward the I grab my gun, the console, put it in my pants. I grab a jacket that's on my captain chair, and I put it on, like bare chest underneath, just to cover the gun a bit. And I go toward the door where they're gonna come through.
The airlock. A knock on the airlock from the other side echoes into the space, indicating a boarding party is ready. A second on the cloned console. A second hail message comes in. The hail message is from one of the breaker ships. It's disguised as just random noise, but it's directed at the horizon.
Recognize the encoded handshake signal, and press a couple of buttons, the return handshake signal, and
The
set it to receive.
a price comes over, 100,000 from the cherry blossom anthrax. And then just 2 words with a question mark. Cover story.
I go like laugh to chuckle to myself, and then switch over to the interior cameras, get that grainy image, and I say, they always train you not to trust the kindness of strangers, to myself as I watch to see what Alan does.
I open the door of the ship. I look at the man standing there.
One's in uniform, wearing a sharp-looking uniform, complete with a smart-looking cap. With him are 2 armored and armed individuals, Marines, Royal Marines. They also have Solaris Logistics patches on their shoulders.
I look them from up from head to toes, and then I point at their shoes. And I point at my feet that are bare. I say, take them off. That's the kind of bare feet kind of ship.
They look down. The one guy looks at his clipboard, looks at you, looks at your feet. Says, so you are the captain of this vessel, sir?
That's correct.
And you are?
The captain of the vessel?
Your name?
Alan Richer.
Alan Richer. And you were not scheduled for that jump. It looks like you jumped the queue. Some code that was used that's a little unusual. It doesn't... The registration of your vehicle, your ship, I'm having a hard time placing the registration. Where is your home system?
Bezos system. That's where we're heading back now. I already booked the gate.
He types in, you already booked passage to Bezos?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I can see your reservation there. And how many souls on board?
Living 2.
2.
I'm bringing the corpse of my brother back there.
Okay. Corpse of your brother.
You want to see him?
Yes, I'm sorry. I will have to inspect.
Well, that was a rhetorical question. That's a bit disrespectful.
I assure you, I will not disturb his remains. I just want to confirm. We're looking for some people that are wanted for questioning. It's a very unfortunate child abduction case.
There's no child there on board here.
Okay. He says he nods to one of the armored men who walk past Alan into the ship. They've got a handheld scanner. They're scanning him around. Eveline comes to the...
I look at him walking. I look him walk in. I look at the boots, and I make a audible sigh, like.
His armored visor turns to Alan just for a fraction of a second, then turns back, catches Eveline as she comes out of the bridge. He passes the scanner over and walks past Eveline into the bridge, scanning the bridge.
I look at the guy, at the officer, and I say, I assure you, she's no child. She's legal.
Eveline just looks, crosses her arms, leans up against the wall of the corridor, the bridge corridor, puts her one cowboy boot up. She leans back and crosses her arms.
From in the smugglers, kind of nice smirk at Alan, trying to tell him to take their shoes off, and then switch the camera over to the bridge to watch the armored man, see what his procedure is. If I can tell what he's doing.
He takes out a small data key, plugs it into the console of the bridge.
I take my tobacco pouch and I start rolling a cigarette. and I light it up. And I
The
kinda,
uniformed guy. So really, you smoke on a ship?
I try to be as obnoxious as I can with it. I say, yeah, it's my
He
ship.
gestures to the other armored man to head towards the holds.
I say, you
Where
fucking
is
walk
the
with the boots in
casket
the
of
ship.
your brother? I'm sorry, you were saying something?
I say, you like, I smoke when you walk in for your fucking shoes in the ship, right? That's much worse. Like,
I assure you, my shoes were cleaner before I came on this ship. He looks down the hallway.
there's no need to be insulting. Come, I'll show you the casket. And I head toward engineering.
He follows. He
I
in
turn.
his
I
left
turn. So
hand he has a
you want a
console.
coffee?
No,
We
thank
get
you, sir.
coffee.
A coffee? No. He
All right.
with his right hand he produces a small scanner. He scans the head. Walking down, he scans the empty crew compartments. Comes to the one that smells like alcohol. Scans that. Oh,
Hey,
what kind of
that
proof
was my.
alcohol are you drinking here?
We used to have like pretty good stuff. We only have like, I think 2 bottles left. Eveline whiskey.
So this is like
That's
a
the latest
honeymoon
rum.
trip or something. You're connected to this Eveline.
I told you I'm bringing the corpse of my brother back home.
Right. It's a bereavement. I'll put that down here. A call comes forward from one of the armored men. He's down in the engineering room and he's with the casket of Brick. He taps the side of the casket. It gives a readout. The customs agent comes up and stands next to the. I'm sorry, sir. Can I please look inside?
I'm under the. I'm in the smuggler's compartment, looking at the guy take his readings of the bridge notes, and I'm a little worried that he's gonna find the message I sent or some sort of record of it, depending on how good he is at his job. And, just watching him nervously eating my chips.
He while his data stick is plugged into the console, a new window, a custom window appears. A new prompt appears on the console in the smuggler's department, and it says it's asking if it's giving a root access to the data stick that he's just plugged into the console. Some kind of back door has been built into the console of the Horizon, giving full access to this data stick that the customs agent has plugged into the Horizon.
Take a deep breath and access. Go ahead and access it and
roll.
See what I can find.
Success. Menus pop up. A number of logs.
I go to the data that he's collected and find the entry and erase
shows
it.
Horizon. Shows the complete the log book of the Horizon, including ship manifests and all of that. With one quick keystroke, it disappears off the data stick. The data stick on the grainy video image, a new status light appears on it. The agent grabs the stick and unplugs it from the console. He then touches his side of his helmet, says something.
I'm just wondering what he's saying.
It comes through. It's not muffled somewhat by his helmet. Yep. Got the full ship log. Nothing looks out of the ordinary here. Copy.
I look back at Jeannie and I say, "You all right?"
Yeah, she's excited. She pulls out an ace of clubs. What about this one? She says.
I don't know. Check my hand here. I toss
She
her
looks
a
up.
bag of barbecue food crisps.
She munching on the crisps. She's taken quite a liking to. She says, "Oh, you told me you didn't have this one." And she holds up one of the
Oh,
cards.
shh.
I
Wondering
step
how
in front of
she's
the. I'm sorry. I
just
step in front
wondering.
of the officer. All right.
You good? You good?
I step in front of the officer, and I say, "All right, I'll do it, but it's not gonna be pretty."
He steps back respectfully. He
And then
gets
I,
communication that from the other agent. Okay, looks like we're almost done here. It'll just be a few more minutes.
I'll unseal the casket. There's a
It's
sound of like the air coming back in.
cold. Some cool mist comes from the casket.
I open the top.
He takes a brief look in. The other armed guard passes his scanner over, looks at the scanner. He
I look away.
shakes his head to the customs agent. All right, that's good. That's fine. Thank you.
All right, I close back the coffin, the casket, and I have it pressurized, like depressurize again.
Just last few things here. What car? Oh, this was your brother is the only cargo that you have on board. I
Yes.
understand that this was initially a misjump that brought you into the Solaris
correct.
system.
That is correct.
Okay.
Misjump from yes.
And do you have any people in the Solaris? Do you have anyone that can vouch for you here, or are you a stranger to this system?
We're stranger, we're just passing through.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't have any other questions. He's like, I'm just gonna give us a moment here. I'm gonna file this paperwork, and we'll probably have you on your way. Yeah,
I'm just
walking away.
Point my arm toward the main area, like that leads toward the door, like indicating them, right, you can leave.
He walks up to the other agent there, or the armed agent, taking a data stick from him. He puts that into his pocket.
I'm following them, like still smoking and like blowing my smoke toward them.
The scanners eventually return their way into their pockets. As they come back to the main airlock, as the airlock cycles, they take one look around again. He's looking around. He's looking in the galley. All right. Well, like I said, just wait confirmation, and then if everything's in order, we'll be on our way.
Well, our jump is in 18 hours, so you have a place
Right.
that we can kill some time and.
No, I don't. The airlock opens and he steps out. He makes a show of wiping his feet on the outer airlock before he goes into the gleaming interior of the interdiction ship.
I just like raise one of my feet and I wipe it on the bottom of my slack. Like kind of like
the Princess Abe remains docked to the horizon for the moment. Eveline comes over to Alan. So that's it? That seemed pretty rudimentary. I mean, Eberline does more in-depth searches than that.
Well, they have like those scanner, right? Those scanner, like I don't know.
They rely on technology too much. Figures a bunch of corporates would do that.
No, they don't like to get their hand dirty.
Speaking of dirty, what was the thing about taking off the shoes? She looks at your bare feet. You're just messing with them.
Yeah, I just like try to, put them in worse disposition.
She looks pointedly down towards the engineering section of the ship. How you doing? They made you open up Brick's casket.
Yeah. We need to bring him home.
She's
It's like nothing sacred anymore, right? And
I guess we just have to hold our breath, and yeah, that's true. Hey, they didn't. No respect for the dead. Yeah. She pats Alan on his arm. Well, I guess we'll just go hold our breath until they mosey on down the road. She heads towards the bridge.
Yeah, I think now it's just a waiting game. I go toward the bridge, I follow her, and I go read the news, the packet, what it says.
I'm
Moves
sitting
back and
on
talks
a
about abduction.
I'm sitting on a large crate of alcohol and bouncing a ball. Looking at the monitors, seeing that the people have left the ship, and I try to get the scanners up on the console to see if we're being scanned heavily yet.
A voice comes over
We're
the
not on here
console.
yet.
Eveline at the bridge. Hey, I can see you found Brick's back door from his from the smuggling department. I can see you accessing the
I shut off the transmission.
I look at Eveline. What is it about?
well, it seems like our guest has stumbled into one of Brick's little backdoor console hacks.
You seem to be quite pokey. I don't like him poking around too much.
With that, there's a communication from the interdiction ship saying that they're departing.
All right. All clear?
All clear for now.
What does that mean?
Well, we may have additional questions after we review the data, but for now, you're fine. And we know where you're going, so no need for us to stay docked.
All right. Have a good day.
I look at Jeannie, and I give her a reassuring nod.
She's got dust, barbecue chip dust on her cheeks.
I pick up my
mouth full.
I pick up my 2 remaining cards and shake my head. I just hand them to her. Why don't you shuffle it up again there, Jeannie? We might be in here for a while.
She takes the cards and she doesn't know how to shuffle, so she just puts them in a big pile and moves them around a little bit and then gathers them together. She looks up proud of her work.
That's how the professionals do it.
She starts dealing out the cards.
I sit down and settle in for like a long day of this.
I look at Eveline. I say, I don't know. I hope they're not going to take too long to give us the news. I just like 18 hours from the jump. I don't want to keep those guys locked down there that long, but.
Well, she looks down at the console. She punches a few. Well, looks like we have incoming packets. Oh, look there is some information here on New Amsterdam. She pulls it up. So
I look at the screen, start reading. So what the fuck happened there?
Looks like an annexation. Didn't realize this, but I guess there was quite the little prize.
Should have seen what it was back then. This place. Anyway, that's a matter for another time. I don't know what's gonna happen to all those guys. This bounty that we had, right? This bounty for this scientist.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's under new management. And if you didn't like the way it was going before, I don't think you're going to like this new management. It sounds pretty draconian.
Well, maybe people are going to start being blown up. Maybe that's what they need after all.
Firm hand, I guess.
I sent a signal to the cockpit or to the bridge. Just it goes.
Eveline answers.
Like there's a message, just blinks on and blinks off.
Eveline answers.
There's no response. It's just blinks on and off.
Sounds like our Our guests are getting a little. Looks like our guests might be getting a little antsy.
Yeah, I'll go look at them, right? Just like, I guess let us know if somebody comes near.
Well, before you leave, what heading do you want me just to start us towards the towards our exit gate, towards the Bezos system, or shall we try to get some fuel? Where should I point the ship?
Let's wait. Let's have like have it be a bit of a vagrant kind of like move, right? Just like let him like drift away in nonsensical manner.
Okay.
Like make us like hard to read, right? Just like fly around a bit, like slowly, nothing rush.
Meander. Yeah, I can meander.
Yeah, just meander a bit, like go around like the debris, like act like you're a fucking tourist.
We are tourists, she says. I got it.
Yeah.
She starts inputting some telemetry into the guidance system of the Horizon.
All right, thank you, Eveline. I like how you're picking up on the ship functionality.
Nobody likes to be useless, she says.
I give her like a finger gun, and I turn around and move toward the bricks room.
Hint of a smile on her face as Alan leaves the room, the bridge.
I have the hatch open about 3 inches, and my eyes are just like through the crack, looking through.
I grab my gun from behind my jacket. I saw it come out. It's true.
What?
No, I'm fucking with you.
What's up?
I'm putting the gun back.
God damn. I say, they're gonna be scanning us probably the whole time.
Yeah.
We should probably stay in here for the duration of the sector. I'd recommend we not use the intercoms. That's some stuff that they might be able to read it. I don't know how well shielded the ship is.
They shouldn't be able to scan through that thing here. But
not. They would have caught us for sure.
And I don't know how long their range, their sensor are, but like I asked Eveline to send this ship like meandering a bit.
The interdictor class has good enough scanners to reach, good enough long range scanners to reach anywhere around here. Certainly covers most of the gates, maybe not the furthest ones, but
you know, one thing that just came to me that bothers me. I was hoping that they wouldn't know that we had jump drive, but they know that we did a miss jump to get to the Baka cluster. So
probably because you left that information in the previous spot.
Yeah, we told them. Yeah, no, we told them. Yeah, when we arrived to Loela, we told them.
Then it's in your packet.
Yeah, no, it's a card I was hoping we had in our deck, but this card has been played already. So we'll have to we'll think about something. Don't worry about it. So far, so good. You need anything down there?
I know a lot of people that work here, but I don't know who I can trust.
Then better trust nobody.
Maybe, but that doesn't get you AM3.
I'd rather like fill up somewhere else. We're set up for the gate. I could try another jump.
I sigh and I look down, realizing this means I'm going to be probably in a hole for the next week. There you go. Yeah, I guess so.
If you look, there should be like a jug down there if you need it.
Yeah, I saw the jug.
Yeah.
Just seeing it makes me need it, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'm sorry. If you need anything else, let me know.
Getting kind of sick of these chips.
Jeannie moans, laying on her back, holding her stomach. Uncle Eli, I ate too many chips.
I told you they're a full meal. You don't just snack on them.
Well,
Well, all right. Just I'll beep you if we need anything.
All right. And I
Do you want me to?
go toward the bed and I start like pushing on the top.
I could look for some people if you want.
I close it. I
Poor
go to the
little
main.
Jeannie laying on the ground. Oh, I ate too much. I feel sleepy.
I look at it and I say, "Better take a nap, Jeannie."
She falls asleep.
Bundle her up in a cot nearby.
The dim light of the little console continues to update, mirroring the display on the cockpit, the bridge display.
I sit there and kind of doze off, my head like bouncing.
I go in the canteen area. I lie down on the couch a bit. I kind of lie down a bit, and then I get up back up. I say, Eveline, you want something to eat?
Yeah, I could have something, she says as from the bridge as she comes out, closes the door. The bridge, the airlock door to the bridge closes. She joins you in the galley. So what's the story? Are they okay down there?
Well, they're okay for now. I think there's not much to do.
I made us meander, but our schedule now, we've got about 16 hours till our scheduled jump. We should be there. I tried to leave about an hour or so wiggle time just in case.
Yeah, I think there's not much we can do other than that, right? I don't want to leave the ship while they're there, right? I don't want to go in a place where we're vulnerable.
She walks over to one of the remote consoles she hits a few buttons on it, brings up the fuel display. A little concerned about this, Alan.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not well versed on the ship as you are, but it looks to me like we're getting a little light on fuel.
If we don't have to do anything crazy, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Like, as long as we don't push her, right? It's like she's pretty lean on fuel. As long as we don't push her.
There's a crazy amount of static in this system.
It's good
getting
for
all
us.
sorts of low-level noise in the background.
That's nice. You want?
Maybe that's something to do with the gates. Maybe
I reached to a cupboard. That I open, and I pull a little packet, and I say, "Beef stroganoff's fine for you."
Yeah, I know that's your favorite. It's fine.
It's not my favorite, but I start like opening it, like pulling some water in a pan. But at some point, like, we had a good deal on some from a job, so we're pretty stocked up.
Well, I'd hate to see it go to waste. Boy, I sure miss those restaurants in New Amsterdam.
Well, it's been a while since I eat like seafood or fish again.
Well, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, stroganoff sounds just fine.
Pour the packet like in the water, start like stirring it up. Let it like reduce. Now we just have to, maybe a meal, maybe a little nap. Might as well take rest when we can, right?
Right. She sits down.
How you doing? How's your leg?
Well, it seems to be healing up okay.
Well, you were dancing on it and all, so I guess it's not too bad, right?
No, and I don't think I opened anything up.
I stir and go over to the console and send a response to Cherry Blossom Anthrax. It says, how about 50K for 2. And I send it. And
about
I lay it back down.
8 minutes later, a response comes in. It's a text only. It says 50,000 for 2, 75,000 for 1.
I think to myself, just sigh, lay back down, thinking to myself.
A second message comes through. Eli, is that you?
And I don't. I send 2 spaces as a secret affirmative code.
Message comes back. I knew it. Word on the street is a longer message this time, text only. Word on the street is that you retired.
I say, just different goals is all.
Question mark comes back.
I just write, I'll be in touch.
Oh, and then it just says, look forward to it. And it's signed Haruki.
I'm taking the stroganoff out. Like I serve it like 2 bowls that are way too big, especially for Eveline.
She looks at it. I can't eat all that.
So you should eat. It's gonna help you like get better, right?
She an automated alert comes up on the console as Eveline tucks into the stroganoff. Ooh, it's hot. She goes, She looks at it with some concern, her brow furrowing as she reads the message on the console, just there on the small dining table of the galley.
I grab the screen and turn toward me. I look at it. What's that?
Well, when I was meandering, I just set our long-range passive sensors to watch for any sudden burns in our direction, and it looks like we just got a hit. Some heavy breaker vessel is burning towards us. The computer thinks it's on an intercept course. She looks at you with a puzzled look on her face. I'm getting an ident here. Who names their ship Cherry Blossom Anthrax?
Well, that's not a corporate name for sure.
No, it's an independent, looks like. Breaker ship of some kind?
Oh, fuck's sake. Just I was about to have a meal for once.
They haven't hailed us.
A big bite of the... I look and say like, wait, there's been like message going in and out. Oh, man.
What message? She says. She starts scrolling through the message. I didn't send any messages to this ship.
I didn't either.
Just background noise is all I can see.
Our guest. You don't see? His communication coming out like cryptid.
I don't see anything. I don't. In fact, and she's like looking through, she hits the wrong button. It erases the log. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to this. It's so many systems cobbled together. Then you've got bricks overlay. She's like,
yeah,
which is brilliant. Don't get me wrong. It's all.
Yeah, it's made to be difficult, apparently.
I'll get it eventually. She says, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be useless.
And there's no manual for that either. So, I'm not expecting you to pick it up on the first week, right? I'm shoving my mouth with like stroganoff, 2 big bite, like 2 like double mouthful basically, and I get up and I head toward Brick's room.
She grabs her bowl and heads towards the bridge, just in case she needs to make some sudden course adjustments as the cherry blossom anthrax gets closer.
I open the bed just a bit and say, Eli.
Hey,
I got my still my mouth half full. So have you been fucking sending message in and out of here?
Yes, I've been in contact with them.
Listen, man,
Some
now it's my
people.
ass. Like, now I lied for you. So now it's my ass on the line as well, right? If I knew, like, I don't know those guys. I don't trust them, right? I don't know, like, who you're fucking calling for. Like, you old fucking work pal. It seems to be the same guy that are after you, right? And now, like, I should
What's
have fucking
happening?
told your ass if you're going to play like that. There's a ship coming our way.
Slow down. What's going on? Ship's
I
coming our
told
way.
you to stay put and silent and not trust anybody if you don't know who you can trust, right? That was your fucking word, your own word, right? Oh, I don't know, like I know some people I don't know who I can trust. I said trust nobody, but then you go like sin, like some doing the pen pal thing with old buddy of yours.
Evelyn's voice comes through on the comm. They're hailing us.
Cherry Blossom Entrax, you know that?
It's some guy named Haruki.
Should be okay.
He just asked for Eli, Alan.
Shake my head.
I close the bed and I reopen it a bit. Stop fucking poking around the computer console. And I close the bed. I go toward the communicator. I say, I'm coming, Eveline. And I head to the bridge.
She says, like, I've just got a hail here from Haruki. It's pretty heavy encryption key coming through, too. What do you think? Should I load it? I could reject it.
Yeah, it's rejected.
All right. She hits the button. It rejects. Hail comes in again.
I sit in the captain chair, and now I go like to manual control, and I keep like the meandering pattern, but like I try to increase the distance from the cherry blossom tracks.
Go ahead and roll.
5.
The Horizon, much lighter ship than the Cherry Blossom, puts some more distance until the Cherry Blossom also fires up its drive, closing a little more directly now. Evelyn takes a look at the fuel gauge. She says, Alan, remember that fuel?
Yeah, I start like bring the ship, like I redirect the ship closer to like I try to make a big loop to go closer to like where the traffic is and the authorities. Not directly, but like kind of like a circular motion, right? I can like doing a big curve. So yeah, I know about the fuel. I don't know what those guys are. And I say they should be okay.
I'm pacing a little bit in the smuggler's compartment. Look over at
slight difference in the pitch of the engines on reverberating through the hull of the Horizon as the ship pours on a little more Delta V.
I see the on the console that I'm sharing with the bridge. I see the rejection of the encryption packet. And I go,
Another hail comes through, encryption packet too. Haruki is nothing if not persistent.
I shake my head and then I send another encrypted message out.
Mhm.
It says, "You're spooking my ride."
Encrypted message comes through in the background noise. Tell your pilot to calm down. Come on.
I'm getting the ship like closer, like to almost like closer to the Abbey Princess. Heading like slightly toward the direction.
I send the light ping to the bridge, signaling that I want to talk to him.
Eveline looks over, sees the ping, looks over at Alan, looks back at the fuel gauge. Something's got to give. What do we do? And then she looks over at the telemetry. She sees the Princess Abe on its orbit. Do we really want those guys back? They can't be better than that. She points back at the cherry blossom anthrax.
I look at Eveline, I say, listen, Eveline, I don't know who those guys are, but I know like that our fucking guest got a 5 mil bounty on her head.
5 mil? She said, but she looks at Ellen like pleading in her eyes. That kid, though.
No, I'm not suggesting that we sell them, but I don't know what those assholes want.
Well, if he contacted them, do you think it's true? Do you think he's just trafficking this? This is an abduction? She seems like a sweet kid. I talked to her. I'm confident if that kid was actually abducted, then I would know.
If that kid was
so the official story has got to be bogus, Alan.
It doesn't matter if it's bogus or not. Now we're complicit in it.
It matters to me, she says.
What I mean is, like, even if it's true that it's abducted, now we're complicit in it, right? Just like,
oh, right.
So
we're accomplices.
Yeah.
So do we really want to go back to that? She points at the Princess Abe. The hail indicator comes off again. She swears under her breath, "Man, this guy."
So who are those fucking guy, right? Go see what Eli wants, right? Like go talk to him. I told him like to stop, like, I don't know why he reached to people like you don't know if you can trust. And like, I don't know, trusting somebody when you have 5 million on your head.
Whoever this guy is, he loves ringing the doorbell. She gets up, grabs her bowl of stroganoff, and makes her way back towards the galley. She drops that off at the galley and then heads to the smuggling compartment.
I click on the ailing message and I accept it.
Encryption packet comes through. A image pops up in the view screen. It's somewhat derezzed from the heavy encryption that's running in the background to decrypt it. A man of Asian descent speaks with a heavy New Tokyo accent. He's wearing a kimono, and he introduces himself as Captain Haruki of the Cherry Blossom Anthrax, a longtime friend of Mr. Eli Baker. Understand that you might need some assistance. The least I can do.
All we need is some space. I don't know what you're talking about. We've been checked and clear by the Abbey Princess.
I'm not sure you're as cleared as you think you are. Lot of talk in the system. A lot of eyes pointed at you right now.
Are you a bounty hunter?
Me? Nah. I'm an honest man, he says, his thick accent.
Well, then go be honest somewhere else.
I'm honor bound. I'm honor bound to see my old friend, Eli.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. So
he smiles.
Got it. And give us some space.
Eveline opens up the smuggling compartment, sticks her head in. Hey, Eli, what's going on?
Haruki's a friend of mine. So
he's drawing way too much attention to us.
Well, there's a big high priority bounty on this ship.
Yes,
so
5 million. I'm aware.
Everyone in the system's paying attention to us. I don't know if you.
So is he just going to collect on that bounty? How well do you know this guy?
No, he's probably. I know him pretty good. He's probably a friend. He'll know where to get some fuel for sure. I just figured, as an option, maybe we could help get his help.
Anyways, I don't know.
You guys should definitely talk to him. That's all. I heard
he keeps ringing the doorbell. What is with this guy?
He's weird. He's a little bit eccentric, but he means well, usually.
You better be right, she says. She points her finger at you. For the sake of that little girl. And then she closes the smuggler's compartment.
Okay, well, all right.
She storms back into the bridge. Eli says that he's a fuel contact. I don't know. But he also, word's gotten out. There's a $5 million kilo bounty that you mentioned. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of people trying to collect on that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not the official guys gave us the all clear, sounds like we might have some unwanted company.
You seem to be like
a hail comes through again. Oh, she silences it.
I just ignore it. Yeah. You mentioned Eli by name, right? So maybe there's some truth there. Listen, Eveline, there's one thing we can do, right?
Do we run?
Did you read up about the functioning of the jump drive?
Oh yeah, I did. It was one of the first things I read, just in case we had to get out of Dodge quickly.
We could try to do a small jump to a nearby system.
Just get out of here.
The problem is we're pretty low on fuel. So if we miss jump and we end up in the middle of nowhere,
we could be stranded.
We won't have a second jump. So I never like to jump. It is.
I've read on the jump. It's not. I mean, it'd be way better if we could just get a little bit of fuel. Eli said that this guy could be our ticket. The muted hail comes up again.
It could be, right?
A second alert comes up. She looks at it.
What's the percentage, right?
I don't know, but there's pretty good percentage. She points at the console. Pretty good percentage. We've got some other attention now. Another ship is just burning towards us.
I move.
We still got 14 hours before our jump window.
I move away from the Princess now. Like I direct the ship in a different direction, like toward like the braking yard. I taken the ale from the other ship.
The same Captain Haruki is there. He's got a small bowl of noodles. He's eating them with some chopsticks. Ah, yes. Can I speak to Eli yet?
I don't know. Try calling him. He's not on that ship.
I am calling him. He slurps his soup loudly.
What do you want? Isn't like I don't like. Let us be. There's no Eli here. Like we've been cleared by the Abbey Princess already. I told you that.
Wait, before you hang up, he says, word is getting out that your ship with its funny trajectory is the ship that has the bounty. I can help.
We don't have it. And we've been cleared by the Abbey Princess already. So if they want to take a aggressive action, that's gonna be on them, right? It's gonna be like criminal action at that point.
Right. Okay, then
So
he cuts the hail.
look
Another
at
hail
Eveline.
message comes through. It's from the interdiction ship. The Princess Abby comes through. Attention Horizon. There's a problem with the data that your ship provided. We need to board again. Your ship log
I don't.
is not in good order. We need to do a full forensic on the ship.
I look at Eveline.
She looks
Yeah.
crestfallen. Now what?
You want to jump?
She's like, it's risky.
It is.
She pulls up the menus, the jump menu, starts getting the navigational computer to start calculating jump vectors.
Get a place not too far.
Right.
I'm in the smuggler compartment, noticing they're pulling up all these jump calculations. I go, oh my god! I look over at
Jeannie is just sleeping.
Still sleeping. I just sit down and put my head in my hands. Wait to see what happens.
I point to a name like on like Garuda. That's not like a Celestic. That's not a Solaris system.
Yeah, but it's almost empty. Where they even have fuel for us?
They should.
I mean, it's not
find something.
I mean, it isn't a long jump.
There's still a gate, and it's not a Solaris gate, and it's not a long jump.
All right, so if things go bad, then there is a gate. We could get out to somewhere else.
I'll give that old girl, and I tap on the console.
In response, the console gives another alert. Power. 3 more ships are now vectoring in at high burn towards the horizon.
We'll get some. We'll keep some distance while you do the calculation.
She takes a look. Okay.
And I put the power to the thruster.
The calculations start loading.
I press the inner ship communication, risking it. I say, "Can I help prepare the ship at all?"
I press on the button and I say, "Just hang on."
Calculations coming through. She says, "We've got 2 calculations to do."
Yeah, I'll do some use some karma to make that into a 4.
Okay, it's aligning so far. The others are coming in
I'll use
close.
my Euro dice.
Eveline, she's like, "No, not that." She makes one attempt. The ship lurches. In the smuggler's hold, Jeannie sits upright, immediately awake, her eyes glowing as the ship jumps out of the system.
I look up at her and put my hands in my hand.
She's in a trance as the ship enters jump space.
I pull up.
I look at Eveline and say, "Well, we're out of immediate danger."
Yes, but we have no idea where we're going to come out again. Last time this happened, we got pulled into the largest gravity well. The largest gravity well is going to be right back where we just came from.
No, the jump wasn't that bad this time. We'll see.
I
don't think it was. We might be on target.
I look at Jeannie and study her eyes.
Her eyes glow with this deep, deep navy, like a black light glow. She's unresponsive, just staring.
I say, Jeannie, Jeannie,
response.
Jeannie, sweetie, can you hear me?
No response.
I take a chance and touch her on the shoulder.
Her skin is hot.
I search for my bag and open it up, pull out a hypo syringe.
Her eyes wide, unblinking, glowing with the unearthly light. Her small hand juts out with surprising strength. Grabbing at the wrist, but missing it. The whole ship lurches.
I stumble and
She stands up.
manage to hold on to the syringe.
Jeannie stands up to her full height, tiny though she is. Her skin now starting to glow.
I say, Jeannie, can you hear me? Shout at her.
Her head turns slightly, noticing Eli again. Eyes glowing this deep, ultraviolet light.
I shove the syringe into her arm, depress it. This purple fluid, like
Her
draining into her
eyelids close slowly. The glow around her, the aura around her fading. The ship lurches again. Eveline starts madly looking at the controls.
Yeah,
Something's
over the
wrong.
controls.
Something's happening.
Yeah,
This isn't in the manual.
Oh shit! I hope like it's not. I hope that ship's not breaking up.
She's like, she pushes away from the console, hits the portal open for the bridge and rushes towards the engineering room, running down the hallway.
I've caught Jeannie before she falls, and I lay her back down on the cot. I say,
Her
Jeannie,
eyes flutter
Jeannie,
open.
honey, can you hear me?
Her eyes flutter open, and her small, like the back to regular pupils. She looks up at you, Uncle Eli. Something happened. Something happened. We went somewhere. I could see it. I could see everything.
I know.
I'm scared, Uncle Eli.
Don't worry. Everything's fine now. Okay.
Her eyes flutter again as the hypo takes effect and she loses consciousness.
It's all right. Just go to sleep for now. Put my hand on her forehead.
Her temperature still warm.
Yeah.
I'm peering
Cooling
on. I'm
off
leaning
now.
over like the console. I'm flipping through like the status update of the ship, right? Trying to see if anything is broken, or if anything like is out of
Funny
normal.
readings coming from the jump drive. It's
Yeah,
fluctuating.
shit.
Eveline comes over on the comms. You better get back here. Something's wrong with the jump drive.
I get up and I head toward like where the jump drive is.
Eveline's there.
Running.
She's running diagnostics on the console, right attached to the drive itself.
What's happening? Is she dying?
No, it's not that. It's like there's two jump drives. I don't understand it. There's some kind of interference. It shouldn't be possible. I'm not an expert on these, but from what I have read, this shouldn't happen. I guess there's some good news. According to this, it looks like we're on target. We should be coming into the Garudi. Wait, that's not right. Looks like we're going to be there in 20 minutes?
No, that's not right.
That can't be. I'm running it again. It says we're going to be there in 20 minutes.
No, that's like an 8-hour jump.
Yeah, it's at least an 8-hour jump. I know that. There's a chime. It's 20 minutes. We're going to be there in 20 minutes.
So what do? You play with my machine there?
And you saw she throws up her hands, takes off her cowboy hat, just hangs it on the console of the AM3
I can
fuel
go give an
gauge.
update to our guest because like I have no clue what's gonna happen next. I don't know where we're gonna end up.
Well, I mean, the good
And
news
I don't
is
like it.
we probably jumped ahead of whatever packet they're going to send.
They don't even know where we're heading, so they wouldn't know like where to
Exactly.
send the packet.
And
Let me go-
packets will have to disseminate through
Right.
the various gates, and this isn't a.
Let me go play by ear, right? So we're gonna have to play by ear, but let me go inform at
She
least
runs
like
her-
Eli what's happening.
She runs her hand through her hair, grabs her cowboy hat again. She goes, I'll keep running things. I'll try to find out what happened. There's something. It shouldn't be possible.
I'm already running toward like Brick's bedroom, and I open up the bed. I say, Eli, you might have guessed we're in jump space now, right?
Yes. I'm kneeling down next to
So
say
there's been some issues. We were being like
Yeah.
circle, a lot of attention, right? And you send Carl out where like an idiot to people that we don't know if we can trust when you have like a 5 million fucking bounty on your head. So we
Right.
had to jump, but the jump didn't go as planned. We're heading toward Garuda, but now we're gonna get out in about 15 minutes. Who knows where?
Hmm.
I don't know what happened. There's a problem with the drive. I'm sorry for that. We'll have to play by ear, but try not to do anything stupid this time, right?
Like take a reckless jump without any AM3 to back you up. You mean something
Well,
stupid like that?
we had to do something, right? We're being like, we had people on our tail.
Well, I was trying to
you
do
gotta dodge.
something,
Evelyn
but wasn't good enough, I guess.
Evelyn comes into the room. She leans in close to Alan. I mean, we should let him out of there now, right? I mean, the kid's probably scared.
I'll stay down here until Jeannie wakes up.
Wait,
But,
she's sleeping through all
sleep?
this?
Yeah, she's got full. The chips didn't agree with her, but it'd be probably nice to leave this thing open to air it out a little bit. They didn't tell. I didn't know about the side effects of these food chips.
I look at Evelyn like
Evelyn
suspicious.
shares a meaningful look with Alan. And
All right.
she heads back towards engineering, shaking her head.
Could use a little air down here. There's a lot of farting going on. If that's unclear.
I point at the Eli. I say, remember, now it's like my ass is on the line, right? I fucking like become an accomplice of your abduction shit for some reason.
Oh, not for some reason. There's a promise of money. Remember?
I guess that's the reason, but there's a also bigger promise of money if I give you up, right?
So
But I
as soon
decided
as
to side with you.
right, as soon as the consequences of your actions caught up to you, you decided to point the finger at me, huh? That's fine. I'll get off at the next stop.
It's not the consequence of my action, man. It's a consequence of you trying to reach out when like I told you, just stay put.
I had the solution to your problems following you.
I like to come up with my own solution or at least discuss them. I don't like solution to be imposed on me when it's my ass
I
on the
thought
line.
you were the looks of the group.
Also have to take care of my skin, right? Not just like the moisturizing. And I head back toward the bridge.
Sit down and caress Jeannie's hair. She like sweats in the bed.
Yeah, she's still sweating quite a bit. The poor thing's temperature's running hot. She shivers a little bit, notwithstanding that she's sweating as she has fever dreams. And we'll call it there. We'll call it there. Interesting session, guys. Good job.
Interesting. I enjoyed that session. It's good.
It's good.
Very stressful.
Very stressful. Very stressful. The whole time stressful.
Yeah.
We in the past have talked a lot about fuel usage. Did that kind of scratch that itch for you, Max, a little bit? Like, okay, well, the fuel is potentially an issue.
Out of fuel.
Yeah, I did my fuel roll.
Yes,
And
you did.
I don't know if you see at some point, like, so it wasn't too bad. So
not too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Like I have like a quarter tank left.
And you keep getting lucky with these. Thanks for. And we got a few comments. We'll go through those quick. But you had this for this jump calculation. We did that again, and again I rolled a 1. So I was like, oh wow, like they're still getting lucky with that.
But I also fucking bungled it up, right? Just like.
That's right. We still bungled it.
So I don't think when you fail the jump roll, that just delays the jump, right? It's only when you botch it.
It only delays the jump. Yeah, if you get a 1, I think is when you have a missed jump.
It takes longer. It takes longer to the I forgot it was a brick thing to do those jump, right? So
yeah. So the I did.
I really liked all the interactions I had when I was referring to brick, like.
Yes,
I was like, "Hey, this coffee's pretty good." Like, I'm just like,
I thought that was good.
Stumbling into good coffee.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. I thought I liked the interactions, Phil. You were coming up with when we were talking. You were interacting with Jeannie, the little girl. Like, it was because we hadn't decided any of that in advance, and so it was fun to just riff off one another to see what that is. And
I when you mentioned the mother, I was like, "Oh, I better come up with something."
I thought that was good. Yeah, so I thought that was really good.
How about a xenobiologist?
Yes,
that's cool.
But I think it's actually cool in that xenobiologist, because it's like, well, when you mention the xenobiologist, I'm like, what if there's some biological thing with the girl?
Yeah,
there's something biologically that's incredible. And then my thought was, the company or the system that controls gates wants to keep her under wraps. What if she has something to do with other jumps? Like because it's a different type of jump the ships use than the interstellar gates.
Yeah.
And so that's why I did the whole thing where
that's cool.
When you enter jump space, I was like, okay, well, this would be maybe something, she'll do something here, and this will be the big reveal of.
That was that's a cool reveal of what her power actually is, I thought.
Yeah.
But
I actually did like how you reached out to the guy, that it was like, maybe you kind of hedge your bets. Like, maybe this will.
Maybe we're doing 2 people.
There's some, I'll just go through quickly here. Another episode of the Vertical Horizon. Thank you.
Yeah. You guys almost had sex again.
Yeah. There was we did see some hero die early on, and then it was a 1 again. I thought that was hilarious. Shadow and Sun, thanks for dropping by. George liked that particular thing. That was when, I think this is when Jeannie suddenly went Nova.
Yeah.
And Marzaic, always thank you for watching. And then Rune is in for the spicy scenes. And we're trying to satisfy that.
We'll definitely get some timestamps for those guys,
so that I can edit them out of the video.
Yeah. Why wasn't there AI art prepared?
Yeah, right. Alan and his shower scene, but
towel Alan.
Yeah.
So what did
it's good.
How do you feel about there's a bit of tension between Eli and Alan now, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I like it because I wanted there to be tension. I want us not to like each other at the start.
Yeah.
Because that's an interesting way of taking it, Phil, because then
I'm not trying to make that happen. But
yeah.
I tried to stay in character, right? And be in the mindset of Alan, right? And you doing those stuff, like I don't want, like, I could have like met the game and just go along with it, but I said, you know what? No, that's pretty much like Alan wouldn't be cool with that, right? Just like
Yeah, I'm definitely like making myself at home in the systems
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
pushing a bit too much, right? And not
Yeah.
respecting my authority as a captain, right?
I haven't taken off the spy hat just yet. I haven't
Not
turned
yet.
into a passenger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still playing the angles. But
Right.
yeah, I liked it.
The Stroganoff, the nod to the
Yeah.
Stroganoff. That was good. Beef Stroganoff.
I really wanted to highlight the because like in New Amsterdam there was a lot of like voice activated effects. So I'm really trying to like lean in on that, where like there's a surveillance technology out there that monitors words you're saying over electronic communications.
Oh,
And
okay.
it can like target you. That's why I speak like foreign languages and cabs and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And so like that part where she like goes through the comments like, hey, I see you found that back door. Like, oh, doop, turn that off. I'm not talking to her.
Oh, I get it. Okay, that I understand. That's good.
And also, there was one part where I was a little confused about Harugi.
Mhm.
I didn't know what you were doing. I was like, who the fuck is it? Who is this guy?
I was like,
I thought he
communication
was.
you have,
I also thought he was going to collect the bounty.
he probably was. Like I was kind of up in the air depending on how it played, but he was probably just coming for the 5 million bounty.
Because
So
when I was
yeah,
like,
I think it was good to be suspicious, right?
Yeah. Because I was like, how about 2 for 50? He's like, how about 1 for 75? I really didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah,
Me neither.
it didn't really make sense. I was trying to be like what I should have said was I was trying to get out that no, I'll do 1 for 75, not 2 for 50, but 1 for 75. That's what I was trying to, but I bungled that a little bit, so it didn't come clear.
Was he selling or was he buying?
In my head, I was buying passage.
Yeah, that was what I got. Is that he was like, yeah, so you need a cover story,
4 for
100,000.
200,000.
Yeah.
Or 4 for 100,000.
Yeah. And he came
like,
back.
How about 2 for 50?
Yeah. But I bungled that because it was supposed to be 1 for 75. Like that was.
No, that's what you said.
Yeah. But I shouldn't have said the first thing, which was 2 for 50, but it should have just said.
Well, he never agreed to 2 for 50.
No.
I don't know
if I can leave my ship. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I liked how you're like, take your boots off my ship. And then you're like smoking and it's all
like my guy's assumption is basically the ship is lost because this packet is out there. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry is hunting you down
for 5 million credits. Yeah.
Well, now it's not gonna help for sure because we basically ran away, but it's a big galaxy, right? So,
but it's a big galaxy, and
the packet got
you ran away faster than you should have been possible to run away. You jumped further.
Yeah.
Well, you jumped to that nearby system, but you did it way faster than should be possible to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the packet got uploaded to the Solaris Hub Prime.
Yeah, so it'll go out.
So it's gonna go everywhere now.
Yeah,
you have this bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Solaris gates will have that through within.
I don't know for strategizing. This feels like strategizing.
Yeah, it does. You got to stop that.
Sorry, guys.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. It was another enjoyable session. Really liked the creations that the players came up with. That was great. Feels like the world's becoming a little more fleshed out. It's great. So we'll look forward to seeing what happens next time. So thank you for watching. Thanks for those of you that'll watch on the replay. Always big thanks to our 2 excellent players, Max Boivin of Reactionary Principle Gaming and Phil the Thrill. Catch him on Rumble. And you never know, you might actually even see this up on Rumble. So that would be great. So
eventually.
At any rate. Yeah. Last words from you two.
God bless everybody.
There, thank you. Absolutely. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one.